All right. First and foremost, give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, the mothers, the elders, and the apostles of great millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. Peace and salutations to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for love of the gospel. It's the brother Gabaria from the Indiana camp coming back at you. You want to sit down? All right. This is just really press the button. I ain't gonna make this super long, drawn out. If the spirit, however the spirit allows. But I was just sitting here just scrolling through my homepage, man, and was just looking at, a whole bunch of just clicking on random stuff, and was just going through a couple of these people videos and this is one I just watched right here. It's like it. And I was just praying for a video topic because I said I want to do a video tonight. I just couldn't really think about something, so I'm just sitting here scrolling, seeing what can I find, see what can I do a video on. And the spirit put upon me, it was like, hey, listen, now look at all these doctrines and look at all what these people are saying, and how blessed are we to find the actual true and correct doctrine. All right, now I'm gonna take myself and GMS out of it for right now, where you have scripture saying that there's people on this planet. There's a group of people that's on this planet. Let me rephrase myself. There's actually a group of men on this planet preaching 100% of the doctrine. All right, the things that they're saying, the things that they're preaching is going to be 100% on point. You see, and I have this is Revelation chapter 14 verse 4. It says, "And these are they which were not defiled with women," and this woman is not actually talking about actual real women. You see, a lot of these Christians, they say, "Oh, see, you're not virgins. You're defiled. You defiled yourself with women." Go ahead and prove this is actually not talking about women. Is it woman or women? I know it's in Proverbs, the 5th chapter. Yeah, here it is right here. This is Proverbs chapter 5 verse 1. This is proven that in the Revelations 14, that this 14 and 4, this is not actually talking about an actual woman or actually women. You see, this is Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "My son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thou ear to my understanding." It says that thou mayest regard discretion. It says, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman. See, this strange woman is what talking about false doctrine, false philosophy. You see, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. It says, and her mouth is smoother than oil. It says, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go to death, and her step shall take hold on hell. See, and this is not actually talking about a real woman. This is talking about what? False philosophy. You see, false doctrine. The opposite of what? It says what? Attend to wisdom and bow thy ear to understanding. See, this is the woman that you want to be with. Matter of fact, let me get something right quick. Here it is right here. Sirach 4 and 17. This is Sirach chapter 4 verse 17. Hold on, wait. Let me see. Let me go up a little bit because it gets really into it. Here it is right here. This is I'm gonna start from verse 11. This is Sirach, and this is in the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 4, verse 11. It says, "Wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seeketh her." See, it's comparing what wisdom to a woman, her. She that loveth her, it says, "He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and whosoever she entereth the Lord will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her the Lord doth love." See, who is that her? Who is that she? Who is that woman it's talking about in this, man? It's talking about wisdom. So it's comparing wisdom to a woman. All right. So if this right here, hold on, I'm gonna keep going to 17, because 17 is the kicker, the part that I like. "Whosoever giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attend unto her shall dwell securely, Slakia. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generations shall hold her in possession." Verse 17, for at first she will walk with him in crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. See, now that's what all wisdom is gonna do for you. Now, if that's what an actual righteous woman, which is wisdom, is gonna do, who is this strange woman is talking about? A strange woman is talking about false doctrine, false philosophy. And it says what? "Though her lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth be smoother than oil." Why? Because you got some of them doctrines that actually might entice you with words. It might sound good. You might think you on a level. It might say, "Oh yeah, you have to open up your third eye, your pineal gland, and get the real wisdom and the knowledge, that the Lord is trying to bless you." That's what the strange woman is gonna say. It's gonna what is it? It's gonna hit on your emotions. All right. But see, wisdom, it doesn't care about our emotions. That's why it says what? "She shall walk with you in crooked ways." See, when we come into this truth, man, when we actually start learning wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it's not going to spare our emotions or our feelings. If we're doing something that's wrong, if we're doing something that's bad, then guess what? We got to correct it. And it ain't no, "Oh, well, we'll give that time, no, you have to correct it immediately, as soon as possible. Now, there's some things that we can't correct. There's some things that we have no power in our hand to do, but the things that we can, we correct it immediately. You see? And that's part of what? The walk. That's part of the discipline. All right? That's part of the torment. All right? Able to know that, listen, I have the power to correct certain things about my life, man. And guess what? We have to fit towards her, not vice versa. A lot of these doctrines, a lot of these false philosophies, they try to appease to the people, and they go out here and pick, "Oh, I like this because it allowed me to do A, B, C, and D," but not this wisdom. See, we conform unto her. All right, not vice versa. We don't get into this and if it doesn't fit to our lifestyle, then we just move it to the side and go on to the next one. No, we have to conform unto her. All right. I'm gonna get because this goes into it goes back into wisdom. Hold on, I'm fine. Bear with me. I think it's in here. I know it's in here, or I know it's in Proverbs. So it's here. It is right here. Yep. Verse 19. Verse 9. It says, "Let her." This is talking about righteousness again. All right. Let me see. Yeah. This is talking about righteousness again. Then it gets back into the strange woman. Right here in verse 19, it says, "Let her be as the loving hind and the pleasant roe." All right, which are basically a female. I think a hind is a female deer, a female horse, and a roe is a female deer. But it says what? Let her be as a loving hind and a pleasant roe. It says let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be ravished with thy. It says and be thou ravished always with her love. See, so you're supposed to get into wisdom, man. That's why at the beginning it says, well, you're supposed to bow your ear, what, and attend to her, attend to my wisdom, and bow thou ear to my understanding. You're supposed to get all into this thing, man. You know, as much wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you possibly can. You see. What the fuck is that noise? That sound like a bug or something. It's like it heard a humming noise. I was like, what the fuck is it? It sound like a bug or something. Anyways, yeah, see, you're supposed to always be, it says, and be thou ravished always with her love. See, and that's how you're supposed to attend into wisdom. All right. So let's get back to what I was reading in so yeah, this woman right here is not actual talking about a real woman. So it's when it says these were not defiled with women, that women is being defiled with is what? Strange women. All right. It says, I'm gonna read verse 20. It says, and will thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman and embrace the bosom of a stranger? See, you're not supposed to be like that with the strange woman, or what? Strange philosophy, strange doctrine. So what? In here, it says what? And these were not defiled with women. These were not defiled by strange doctrine. These were not defiled by false doctrine. You see? So it's not talking about real women. All right. It says for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whitherso he goeth. See? And when it says virgins, it's talking about what? Because they only knew one woman, and that woman is attending to wisdom. All right. When Yahweh Shem Yahshua comes back, man, he's not gonna find us being up under all these doctrines. He's gonna find us what? Virgins unto him. It says, these are they which follow the Lamb whitherso he goeth. These were redeemed from amongst men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and unto the Lamb. See, and this is talking about the elect. All right, being the first fruits, redeemed to the Lamb and to Yahweh, man. All right. But what? The elect out here, there are a group of men out here who's going to be redeemed. But what? In verse 5 it says, and in their mouths was found no guile. You see? Guile goes into deceit. Guile goes into lies. All right. So there's a group of men out here, and this is Revelations. That means what? This is a time that's going to come. All right. So when Yahweh Shem Yahshua comes back, when the Son of God comes back, there's going to be a group of men out here whose in their mouths was found no guile. It says what? For they are without fault before the throne of Yahweh. See, so everything that they're preaching, everything that they're saying is going to be 100% on point. It's going to be true. You see? So blessed are our eyes and blessed are our ears, for we can see and we can understand the things what these scriptures are saying. There's nobody else that can break these scriptures down like we break them down, man. Because we're guided with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. A lot of these people, matter of fact, I just heard a fucking woman talking about Adam and Eve weren't actual two people. They were the embodiment of femininity and masculinity. They were a choice, and Eden wasn't an actual place. It was a consciousness. Man, I was like, I'm listening to this like, what the actual fuck, man? Like, she was dead serious. She was dead serious, man. That's why you have to just, send up prayers to Yahweh Shem. Like, you got, hey, Lord, the water Yahweh Shem Yahshua for not letting me be gone in that madness, for not letting me believe in that type of stuff, man. Because this world will have you polluted. Matter of fact, the scripture says that, man. It says it will destroy you with a sword of destruction. I think I spelled destroy wrong. No, I spelled it. Yeah, this is Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. How is it polluted, man? Because what? All these fucking strange women out here. all these false doctrines, you know. It is polluted because what, you can believe in fucking anything out here, you know. You can believe on the Bible and just completely misconstrued it. As long as you're not teaching the truth, you can completely misconstrue the Bible and go start your own church. It says, it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction, man. And that destruction is in the mind, you know. It'll have you out here completely bugged out, man. Look at our people. You know, look how what they believe in. Look at what they call gods. Look what they serve. You know, whether it be conscious, Kemetic, whatever. You know, Christianity, the ancestors. You know, or even Scientology, or even if they want to call themselves atheist. You know, that's what our people partakes in, man. You know, and our people are completely destroyed in the mind. You see. But what these men that talks about what in Revelations, the 14th chapter that I just pulled out, says what? No, they're virgins. They're not destroyed in the mind. They're sound in mind. They're preaching 100% righteous doctrine. All right. Let me get that in Proverbs or in Psalms, I believe. Here it is. This is Psalms chapter 32, verse 2. It says, blessed is the man unto whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity. You see? It says, blessed is the man who the Lord imputeth not iniquity, and whom spirit there is no guile. See, so there's men that's walking around here. Who is that? Who are these men it's talking about? It's not the elect. All right? It's talking about the elect. The elect are the only men that's out here that's actually technically can't do no wrong in the eyes of the Lord. Because guess what? What he imputeth, let's look up the word imputeth, which means basically to not find fault in. Imputeth. It says to think, act, to plan, devise, mean. Let me see. Yeah, here it says to invest, to make a judgment, imagine, or count. You know, so rereading the scripture. Where we at? Rereading the scripture says, blessed is the man whom the Lord count not iniquity, or what, in part, or think of not iniquity, in whom spirit there is no guile. So yeah, man, to these men, to the eyes of the Lord, man, these men can do no wrong. All right. And like I said, man, that's talking about the Lord's elect. There's a group of men out here that's preaching 100% doctrine. And like we always say, man, listen, if we're not those men, if the so-called black Hispanic man and Negro, if the Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man who of the Bible are actually Israelites, if they're not preaching 100%, who is, man? What doctrine's on point? Point us in the way. Show us who actually has the truth. Show us where the no guile is being found. Because in my eyes, I've seen, listen, all the scriptures is sound. Everything that comes out the Bible, everything that we've been preaching has been sound, has been proven to be right. And see, and we take in the type of mindset we take, listen, in the end, I'm going to go ahead and get it. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. See? So we understand at the end, man, it's, the vision is going to speak. And really, to be honest, the vision is speaking now. We can see the vision speaking now. We see certain prophecies happening. We see certain judgment is going down. With a spiritual eye, you can see these things happening, you know? But we know ultimately what when the nuclear destruction comes, that's going to be the end all be all of everything. And you people are going to finally understand that, listen, the things that we've been telling you, the things that we've been saying, it was been 100% on point. We were those men that had no guile in our mouth. We were the men who was teaching, who was telling you and warning you about the things that's coming to pass, you know, as the scripture said. We were those men whom the Lord imputeth not iniquity. All right. So man, just man, find yourself blessed. Find yourself extremely blessed. You know, that you're not one of these bugged out ass people out here. The scripture says what? The blind shall be leaders of the blind, and they both shall fall into a ditch. Scripture says what? The Lord, the deceived and the deceiver is his. You know, so just count yourself blessed. Matter of fact, I'm gonna end it off at this. Matthew chapter 13 verse 16, it says, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. All right. So because, hey, listen, be blessed that you have, the eyes that can see and the ears that can hear this word and knowledge and understanding, and be able to break it down and able to comprehend it. The Lord is supping with you. The Lord is dealing with you if you have that spirit upon you, So, hey, that's basically all I had, man. Hey, like I said, man, bless are we. We could be one of these bugged out ass individuals out here preaching that Adam and Eve wasn't real people, that they were just decisions or consciousness or whatever, But Lord, I hope this video was edifying for you brothers out there. Until next time, keep pushing, stay strong, and until next time, shalom.